Good morning, Neshoba. Julie and Victoria here with this week's news.
Coming up on this edition of Neshoba News, AP and SAT reminders and guidance segment, politics, and a sports update.
Recently, and in support of the guidance department, a number of video classes have been working hard to create class advertisements for some of the electives that Neshoba offers. Later in our broadcast, we will be featuring many of these awesome classes that are offered here. But first, let's take a look at some other news that we have been following this week.
Last Friday, President Trump ordered a travel ban from 7 countries, which prompted many protests across the country. According to the New York Times, many universities and businesses are expressing concern over the ban, as it has a potential to affect teachers, students, and individuals who do businesses or teach here in the United States.
Not only does this have the potential to affect these individuals, but this conflict could actually affect those very close to home. As many of you know, last year 4 student interns worked with World Farmers in Lancaster, a refugee organization designed to give a safe haven to create food that is culturally relevant to them. As a former intern myself, the experience was not only rewarding, but changed my perspective of the world and local organizations.
To learn more about this organization, let's watch a promotional video created by last year's interns.
Hello, my name is Maria Moreira, and I am the co-founder and director of World Farmers. World Farmers is a non-profit organization formed to assist small farmers worldwide. We are collaborating with partners and small independent farmers, not only here in the United States, but also in other parts of the world. However, our key program is the Flats Mentor Farm, which was started in the early 80s, where small immigrant and refugee farmers were provided land and technical assistance and support in crop production and marketing. The program started with Hmong refugees from the Vietnam War, and at one point we had 190 Hmong families farming here at the Flats. In the last decade or so, refugees from other countries started to join us, and we recognized the overwhelming need to provide increased support for small farmers both at the farm and at the markets. We now have 250 farmers from all over Africa and Southeast Asia growing here at the Flats Mentor Farm.
The Flats Mentor program is based on a model of assessing the capacity of each farmer and moving along the mentoring spectrum. The first phase is for farmers new to the program and returning subsistence farmers who receive a plot of land and the farming infrastructure needed to farm, with potential to move toward a farming business. During their time on the flats, though, farmers are expected to self-assess and evaluate their time and commitment to becoming a commercial farmer. In the third phase, farmers produce and market their produce, operating their independent farming enterprises. Our program is pretty non-traditional in that there's no graduation out of the program or set timeline for moving through it. We have farmers who've been with us for over 20 years. These farmers have children who grew up on the farm and are now vital parts of their parents' businesses. Although originally created to assist farmers in establishing their own enterprise, the program supports more than just business development for commercial growers. It supports subsistence farmers in accessing land space to grow food that is culturally relevant to them, their families, and their communities, and provides a space for cultural healing and knowledge sharing for the next generation.
My name is Andrew Kimwami. I came from Kenya in Africa. I'm a subsistence farmer because I only get what I eat and my kids. I have a big family, 4 kids and a wife, so plus me we are 6 mouths. It's not easy to feed them. So World Farmers has really helped me and my family survive.
We assist and support all Flats Mentor farmers in their marketing and wholesale needs. These farmers produce a variety of ethnic crops on over 60 acres here in Lancaster, Massachusetts. We also supply many wholesale and retail markets throughout our region. Our wholesale program is a cooperative model with many farmers working together to aggregate produce to deliver to various grocery stores and specialty markets. Our farmers also attend over 40 farmers markets in Massachusetts. It's ultimately up to each farmer to decide which market they'd like to attend, but staff provides assistance in decision making and startup logistics. Beyond supporting the farmers and accessing mainstream markets, we also work to increase community access to crops culturally relevant to them.
As you may have heard, the World Farmers Internship is happening again this year. If you are interested in applying for this life-changing experience, please see Mr. Castro in room 256 for an application. All applications are due March 3rd, 2017.
On Tuesday, Education Secretary nominee Betsy DeVos made it through the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pension Committees. It is now moving to the Senate floor for a vote. Up to now, it seemed like she would be easily confirmed. However, 2 Republicans from Maine, Alaska have voted to vote against her, putting her confirmation in jeopardy. In other news, Boy Scouts of America released a statement on Monday saying they will now be accepting as Scouts based on their gender identity. Previously, the organization relied on individual birth certificates to determine eligibility. According to the Scouts, the change applies to both boys and Girl Scouts, opening transgender-friendly memberships.
On behalf of our Neshoba DECA organization, we would like to promote the latest Neshoba apparel, including winter Neshoba hats selling at $20, the Tribe long-sleeve dry-fit shirt selling at $35, and the Tribe short-sleeve t-shirts for $25. See Mr. A or Mrs. Carpenter or Catherine Pelletier to purchase yours today. Also here at Neshoba, registration for AP exams is open throughout the month of February. All students taking AP courses are required to take the corresponding AP exam. Please visit totalregistration.net to sign up for your exams. This website is the only mechanism for signing up. Don't delay, sign up today.
Do you like playing video games? The next Friday, February 10th, is the afternoon for you. Mr. Burks and the Gaming Club will be hosting a gaming tournament in the cafeteria. It is $10 to compete, tournament style, pizza included, and a prize including the championship belt to be awarded to the winner. 3 p.m. start time. See Mr. Burks for more details.
Attention juniors, SATs will be administered at Neshoba on March 11th, 2017. If you're interested in registering for the SATs, please visit collegeboard.org and register by February 10th. Just as a precaution, Neshoba will not be administering the SATs this May, but other surrounding communities will be offering the exam. Are you looking for something to do during April Vacation 2018? Take a journey through the cobblestone streets and busy town squares of Central Europe, and you can see how the local folkloric traditions still thrive here in the 21st century. Experience a waltz in Vienna or a Gothic church in Prague. The evolving cultures of modern Europe are deeply tied to their rich and colorful histories. If you are interested in taking part in this culturally immersive trip through EF Tours, please visit room 224 to put your name on the list for more information.
The annual class play competition is tonight at 7 p.m. in the Neshoba Auditorium. Each grade will compete to perform the best one-act play with the introduction of an additional play starring Neshoba staff members. Who will win? Will the class of 2018 keep up its streak of beating the class of 2017? Will the freshman drama steal first place? Will the teacher's performance be the showstopper of tonight? Tickets will be available at the door for $5, but get there early to reserve a good seat. Good luck to everyone. Also, the GSA is selling carnations for Valentine's Day. You can buy flowers to be delivered to someone special from today through next Wednesday. Flowers are $2 a stem or $10 for a half dozen. These will be sold at lunch in the cafeteria.
Next Friday, some of our very own students will be traveling to Germany through the German Exchange Program. As part of this trip, students will be staying with a German family for a week and shadowing German students as they go through their regular school day. These students will also be visiting various landmarks around the area they are staying in. We can't wait to hear all about the amazing adventures.
Let's head over to our sport reporters, Sarah and Ethan, for a recap of this week's events.
Good morning, sports fans. Sarah and Julia here for a recap of this week's winter sports.
The boys basketball team played Leominster on Tuesday and came out with a big win, 68-44, bringing their record to 12-1. The boys will play tonight at Marlborough. This will be a big game, so make sure Neshoba fans are there to support them and give our support.
Girls basketball played a hard game against Leominster after being tied with them for the majority of the game. They fell back by 1 point in the end, with the final score being 49-48. Nice fight, ladies.
The swim and dive team traveled to Tansiqua for Mid-Walk League Championship on Wednesday. Our own Tim St. Dennis is breaking school diving boys records for highest score of 6 dives and came in 3rd for leagues.
Boys hockey team had a game against Marlborough on Wednesday, losing 3-1. Their next game is tomorrow in Shrewsbury at 8:10 at NESC. Go cheer on the boys.
Indoor track last Sunday competed in the Coaches Invitational MSTCA. Congratulations to Grant Edwards, who took 6th in the 1 mile, Kyle Cloutier, who got 4th in the 2nd mile, Alexandra Pertez placing 7th in 1,000 meter, and girls 4 to 800 placing 6th. Indoor track is an important meet this coming Saturday for leagues. Good luck to all competing.
The wrestling team defeats Algonquin 44-31. Great work, guys. Their next match is tonight at 5 here at Neshoba against Hopkinton. Good luck, boys.
Outside of Neshoba sports, Patriots coach Bill Belichick, quarterback Tom Brady, and team have been preparing in Houston all week for Super Bowl 51. Best of luck to our hometown team.
That's all for sports. Back to you, Julia and Vicky.
Thanks for the update, Sarah. Up next, we have a special announcement from the sophomore class officers.
What's going on, sophomores? It's Tommy and Julia here. Now that that hectic week of midterms are over, let's start honing in on that second semester.
As many of you may know, we will be hosting a class movie night on Tuesday, February 28th, the night before a late start. Our goal is to have as many of you come and join us for a great night of fun while also supporting your class.
If you're not aware already, we have had a lack of participation in the recent fundraisers in the past year. Let's turn that around with this movie night. Remember, the more we fundraise now, the less our prom ticket's going to be in the spring of 2018.
Check our Twitters for the link to the movie night recommendations.
If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask me, Julia, or any of your class officers. We've had a great start to this year, so let's keep the energy flowing into the rest of the school year.
Thanks, guys. Are you interested in learning about the history of Fenway Park and seeing parts of the ballpark that are not open to the public? If so, Mr. Poirier is coordinating a Fenway Park tour in May 2017. If you are interested in attending, the cost is $25 and it covers both the tour and bus. Cash is accepted and checks should be made out to NRHS. Seats are going fast, so do not get shut out. Sign up today.
Speaking of the Red Sox, Neshoba will be participating in a Red Sox Day on Monday, June 26th, with discounted tickets as the Red Sox face the Minnesota Twins, with a 7:10 p.m. start time. Bleacher tickets are for sale for $32 each. If you're interested in going to the game, please email Dr. Graham at pgraham@nrsd.net with the number of tickets you would like to order. The deadline for orders and payment is February 17th.
Listen up. Amnesty International is running a used footwear, sneaker, boots, sandals, any style, any condition. All your shoes will benefit less fortunate people in the United States and abroad. Look for Souls for Souls collection boxes as you enter the school from the student parking lot and by the main office, like the one that is currently on your screen.
Just a reminder, the deadline for ordering yearbooks for underclassmen is today. To order a yearbook, please refer to Dr. Graham's previous weekly messages for links and access codes.
Attention DECA members, attending states. Checks are due to Mr. A if you are ending the state competition on March 9th through the 11th by Wednesday, February 8th. Also, if you need to take an exam for the states or have any other questions, please see Mr. A. Now for a special Neshoba News report in conjunction with the Guidance Department on next year's class registrations.
The video production students have created some advertisements that highlight a number of class electives that you might want to take next year. Let's take a look at some of the courses Neshoba's music department has to offer.
The percussion class is mostly about introducing kids to all of the different drums from around the world, both melodic instruments, xylophones, marimbas, as well as just regular hand drums that we have, the djembes that we use, to concert percussion instruments, things like that. We get to spend 46 minutes every day hitting stuff, which is a great thing. But at the same time, it's teaching all about the culture of all of those different things, and it's such a different style class than a pen paper class, where the kids get to physically experience both the history and the culture and the tempos and the rhythms and things like that. So it's a fun class in that we get to play rather than try to learn book and paper style. I think it benefits the kids in a few different ways. One, it's like I said, it's a chance during the day for them to break out of the norm, because it's a performance class and we get to sit back. We play a lot by listening and recreating. There's a lot of creation that goes on in that class, where the kids have to create rhythms and then mimic each other and then build upon what each other's doing to create our own drum circles within the class, which is really neat. So I think the biggest reason why is I wanted to be able to give a different type of musical experience than what we currently offer.
Stress and hit drums. This class has changed me as a student. I want to go further into learning about drums and maybe taking lessons outside of school.
Okay. And what would you change about?
Learning about a larger variety of percussion instruments.
All right.
In my first year of piano, it was really more about the basics and just learning how to play. But this year I decided to do piano too, so I'm doing more challenging and advanced stuff. And I really like that I'm being challenged more, and it's really helping my piano skill.
Well, I already knew how to play like other instruments, so I learned more just like bass notes and then like the technical terms for everything.
It's just really fun to like learn a new instrument and just like be able to like sort of show off to your friends.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
My favorite part about teaching choir is making music with people. We get to be silly, we get to have fun, we get to be up and moving, and we just get to be using our voices as opposed to sitting and listening and writing. We're actually speaking the whole class through singing.
Chili con carne, chili con carne, chili con carne, chili con carne, chili con carne.
I've made many friends.
Let's make
chili con carne. I did choir because I wanted to get my 4 art credits out of the way, but I like choir now. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do.
If music isn't your thing, check out some of the other art credits you can receive, like taking an art class.
Hi, Ms. Bartel. Hello. Alright. Why should people be taking acting?
They should take acting because, first of all, it's a lot of fun. We do some really great stuff like improv and monologues and a little bit of stage combat.
What has acting done for you?
Acting has made me more confident in front of people, and it's also given me some really great relationships with my peers.
Hey, get up! Get up! And you?
Find in a theater.
Chairs. Stage.
Tickets.
Dancing. Lights. Curtain. Clocks.
Alright, so hello and welcome to Who's the Showbiz Anyways?
We can't go on like this. What are you talking about? You're just and I'm you have no right to say that.
Just take the acting. One of my favorite things about technical theater is that we do special effects makeup. So you can think like Walking Dead, the zombies, special effects makeup. That's what we get to do in class. Technical theater is a really great class for those who like theater but don't like to be on stage. On sets, costumes, makeup, lights, and sounds. I'd say it's a lot of fun, and you get to be very hands-on with a whole bunch of different things for theater.
Silk screening and printmaking. It is a great class to earn your art credits and have fun doing it. Silk screening is an exciting and fun project to make your own design and print it on a shirt. It is a calming and fun activity, and you get to keep the shirt afterwards. The teacher of this class is Miss Muty, who is an experienced art teacher and a fun mentor. Printmaking is a fun, hands-on creative class, and you have the total freedom of carving your own rubber stamp and pressing it on paper. This is the product of the stamp. If you take this class, you'll be able to make your own personalized creation.
The senior breakfast is delicious. Hope you're watching, underclassmen. If you're interested in earning other art credits, let's take a look at some arts and graphics courses offered for one semester.
Class is game design. It's run by Mr. Austin. During this class, I usually like program, make computer games, stuff like that.
I program games using GameMaker with drag and drop blocks. I enjoy programming since I'm trying to become a programmer, and this is a nice class to try that out.
programming in such a way that as the main character of the game goes into the lava, the character dies. Pretty much has to restart the game. I would recommend this to most people because it's really fun to learn about how like all computer games are made and all that stuff.
I would recommend this class to others because this class is fun, and if you're trying to get into programming with a more relaxed course, then this is where you should do it.
You better love making games or you'll never survive.
I'm Dan Barabee. I am the graphics art teacher here at Neshoba. I've been teaching at Neshoba for 14 years in the technology department. Graphics 1 is an introductory course into the world of computer graphic design. We use all the main Adobe products, that being Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. We look into the basics of design, the basics of the software, and we work with introductory projects.
Yeah, graphics is awesome. Barabee's a really cool guy. We get to learn a lot of stuff that you don't get to learn in normal classes.
It's really fun. Mr. Barabee makes it a lot of fun, just the way he teaches and everything.
Well, I gotta say, the amount of ability I have to express my own creativity, really get to go far with some of the projects.
I love just the energy in the room. It's a fun class. You can do whatever you want on the computer, like making different designs that you like. It's awesome.
My favorite project was we made like a 3D globe with a bunch of different colors. And I don't know, pretty cool.
I photoshopped my head onto Xander Bogaerts, so I now play for the Red Sox.
Probably the create your own company and designing a logo. You know, we got to make some pretty nice business cards and really take the company to the next level as to how we would graphically exemplify what this company does.
I feel the class is a fun class to be in. I feel that I'm a fun teacher. I like to lead with real-world fun projects that are based around things that my students are interested in, more so than things that I'm interested in or something a textbook might project as a project. So I give a lot of the control back to the students in class, and I think they appreciate that.
If graphics and art aren't your thing, there are also plenty of opportunities to earn your tech credits. Let's look at some of the options for technology courses.
I'm really glad that I got put into the class because it turned out to be a really fun class where I can express my creativity and create videos that are personalized to me, and I think it's a lot of fun working with friends and creating videos.
It will come for technology and in art, which is kind of a nice thing. You get to choose one or the other. A lot of kids like art, but might want to try something new, and maybe they're not great with technology, so this could be a really good alternative for them.
I feel that video production has formed lifelong friendships. Just a good group of people. Technology credits, good to get that out of the way. You get to be creative, so that's a plus. It's overall good class.
I really liked video production, and I might do something with that in college with photography. So.
it's just a good class because it gives you like an introduction. I feel like everyone should know basic computer science just because so much of like the work nowadays you have to like be able to use computers. Well, I did a creative app where we made an ambulance app where you like you're like the ambulance and you have to like avoid obstacles. It's pretty much just like obstacles come at you and they like increase speed like over time and you just have to avoid them.
This was just a great way for me to get my technology credits, and it was also AP, so I thought it was really a good way to do it. And my brother took it and he said it was fun, so I did it.
Computer science helps people learn how to write, do critical thinking. It's not just about programming, it's about being a modern problem solver. So I have a firm belief that all students should be taking computer science.
What's your favorite part about the class?
Mrs. Clark.
So I decided to take journalism because I was really interested in Neshoba News and everything that the journalism program here does.
I loved getting the opportunity to express and analyze my ideas and articles and have the freedom to, you know, work on different projects and things like that. And it was just a really exciting opportunity, so I just kept taking the class over and over again.
And I did the news for video production, and I realized I loved talking with the script and I loved reading from the teleprompter, and so I decided to join journalism senior year. It's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So
some kids in my class do writing, focus mostly on writing. Some kids make graphics for the broadcast. Some kids are the broadcasters. Some are the editors of the paper. So there's a variety of different roles. You don't just have to be a good writer in journalism.
I got bumped out of ceramics and I was bored in Mr. E's study. And so I ended up in this class because it was the only thing that there was available for me to take.
How many times have you taken it, Sam?
It'll be 4 by the time I graduate.
Great ads from our video classes. Now let's take a final look at a couple of other advertisements. This class offers real-world assignments that can be used in college and careers. Many former students have gone to study some of our journalism and communications, which is what we just watched. Students like Sean Picorni, Mark Puleo, Kelly Ryan, Alicia Burrows, and many more. They use the work completed in this program as part of their resumes. Here are a number of courses that will be offered next year.
What is your name?
Hi, I'm Jessica Kobo.
Do you like this class?
I do like foods, it's nice.
How has this class impacted you?
It's a really nice class. You can just go and kind of, you still learn, but you're there and you can kind of like take a load off and just have fun, like being in foods.
What do you want the incoming freshmen to know about this class?
Well, in foods we have a number of different classes. They're open to any student in grades 9 through 12. The first course that people typically take is Foods 1, so any freshman can sign up for that class if they're interested. The next class after that is Foods 2 that focuses more on international cuisine. And we also have a Best Buddies or Unified Foods.
The previous videos are only a glimpse into the many electives Neshoba has to offer. Let's take a look at a few additional courses as we wrap up this broadcast.
That's all for news today. Please follow us on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates on everything Neshoba. Julie and Vicky here signing off. Make sure to stay tuned for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.